Hi everyone, welcome back to Ever the Star Wars Story, and today we'll be talking about Ahsoka's friendships with Padme, Anakin, and Rex, so let's go and jump right into it. First off, we see, I know I've said this in several videos, but we see how much her friendships mean to her. Like with Padme, we know that in Tales of the Jedi that she risked it all, like she risked getting caught to go to Padme's funeral to say her goodbyes, which I thought was like really touching. And whenever like Bail catches up to her, he's like, well, why did you come? There's nothing you could have done for either of them. And she's like, because she was my friend. And we see how much that means to her. And it's like, it's just like, it's so sweet. It's such a sweet moment because we see how much that friendship means to her. And like with Rex, as I said in my season 7 video that I made talking about that, we see that, you know, she figured out a way to get his inhibitor chip out because that, like, she wanted to save him. She wanted to make sure he was safe. We see that, yeah, sure, he wanted her dead, but that didn't stop that. She wanted her safe. She found out the information and she got the inhibitor chip out. And that was like really cool. And I thought that was like really cool. And I love that friendship that they have between each other. How like we see in season 7 wherever they're just getting to Mandalore, and he's like, I'll get one of the guys to get you a jetpack, and she's like, no need, and she's like races to the bottom and she just jumps out. And I love like that smile that he has. Like it's so cool, like seeing how good of friends they are. Like that's just so cool to me. And like with Anakin, we see that after Order 66, we know that she searched and searched and searched, and then in Rebels we see that she finds out that Darth Vader is Anakin, but she doesn't want to believe it. She doesn't want to know that that's what happened to her friend and her master. She doesn't want to believe that up until Malachor. And then we see that on Malachor, that's when she finds out. That's when she believes it. And that's when she's like, I won't leave you, not this time. And like, that was super cool. And we also see that whenever she left the Order, how much that like hurt him and like it upset him. And it was like super sad, like seeing that whenever she's like, this isn't like, and she just like, she was done. And like, that was like super sad. I'm like, oh my word, like that broke me watching like her leave the Order. But in season 7, watching her come back was just super cool because we see that Anakin's at like a loss for words, which was like super cool. And then like whenever they finally meet back up, he's like, how? And she's like, we'll have to catch up another time. Like we see that at that moment, she knows that what she's doing right there is important. And then we see later on in the episode that they do have a little bit of time to, talk, and we see that he takes her to the 501st, who have painted all their helmets to represent her markings, which I just thought was so cool. And especially like, I love seeing the smile that Rex got on his face whenever he saw her again. Like that was just like so cool. Cause like we see how much that friendship meant to them and how much that's just so cool to me. And I thought like that was just so cool. And we also see that like Rex and her's friendship. I love seeing like in Rebels whenever they reunite how big of a hug she gives him. Like that was just so cool. And something else that we like get to see with her and Anakin is I love in season 7 whenever he gives her back her lightsabers, and he's like, you might need these for facing off to Maul, and he's like, I took care of them, almost new. And then she ignites them. He's like, maybe even better, as she like realizes that they're blue, and she like just rolls her eyes. I'm like, that's just so fun, and just it's so cool seeing that friendship and relationship they have between each other. Like even though she left the Order, that didn't mean that but that doesn't mean that Anakin stopped caring for her, which was cool to see. And I really like how in Rebels we see that she sent him so many transmissions. Ahsoka sent Rex so many transmissions, and we know that Wolf didn't tell Rex about them. But even though she was no longer with him and all that, like working together, we see that she still reached out. She still wanted to talk. She still wanted to be sure that he was doing okay. And as I said earlier, I love that hug that she gives him, like whenever they finally reunite. Like it was so cool. It's such a touching scene. And it's so cool, and I absolutely love it. And I love Ahsoka's character so much. So seeing her like that, like when we first get to meet her in the movie, it's so cool. And I love seeing how like Anakin's kind of like despising the fact that, you know, she's his Padawan, and then like throughout the movie, whenever she meets Rex and she meets Anakin, and that like throughout the movie, they're both kind of unsure about it. And then as the movie goes on, you know, he's like, you wouldn't have made it as Obi-Wan's Padawan, but you might make it as mine. I'm like, that was just so cool to see. how he realized that she had potential, which was like really cool. Or in like that one scene, I don't remember what episode it is, but it's, I don't remember what episode of the Clone Wars it is, but it's whenever Cad Bane captures Ahsoka and he's about to like put her out the airlock unless Anakin gives him what he's wanting. And I love seeing like Ahsoka's like, don't do it, like don't do this. And we see that Anakin is not, and he's like, I can't let you go out this way, Ahsoka. And I love seeing that, like seeing that he cared so much about her that he was willing to give up. I don't remember what it was that Cad Bane was wanting, but he was willing to give it up to make sure that Ahsoka was safe, which I thought was like just so cool. And I love that like friendship that they have between each other. And like, it's so cool. All of her friendships that she has. And like with Padme, I love like how every single time she sees Padme in the Clone Wars, Padme just like lights up and immediately goes over to give her a hug. Like that's just, it's so cool to me. That friendship that they have is just, it's so cool, and just, it's awesome to me, and I love it. But yeah, that's what I have to say about Ahsoka's friendships. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of this video. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and as always, God bless. Bye, guys.